The 5k distance is one of the best distances you can possibly race, but it's also incredibly difficult. Now I've put together my 5 absolute best tips that have helped me drop my 5k time from 27 minutes to 15 minutes. Now these tips are ideal for anyone running any time over a 5k distance. Whether you're trying to break an hour, whether you're trying to break 30 minutes, 25, 20, or even if you're trying to break a world record, I can assure you these tips will help you.
Right on time for the parties and Barbies. Strolling with a chunk of green like I go sweet.
So the first tip I'm going to teach you today, and it's probably one of my most favorite tips of all, is about running hills and running elevation. Now hills and elevation are a crucial part of running, and they will massively help you to drop your 5k time. They'll help you to use your arms more. Now that sounds really obvious, but when you're using your arms more in your running action, your running economy improves. If your running economy improves, you're going to use less energy running at a certain speed than you would do if you didn't use your arms. So make sure you use those arms, and you'll get that through running the hills. Another benefit of running hills is the strength benefits it gives you, specifically those glute muscles. It makes your glute muscles more fatigue resistant, and that is so important for trying to run faster. If your glutes become more resistant to fatigue, the onset of fatigue will kick in later, which means you can push harder, use less energy for the time of fatigue. My second top tip is running above race pace. Running above race pace is so important to try when trying to run a faster 5k. If you learn to run above race pace, hopefully by the time race day comes around, your race pace will feel comfortable. By that I mean, if you're trying to run a 20-minute 5k, you will need to run each kilometer in a 4-minute per kilometer split. Now if you train and do rep sessions or speed sessions doing 330, 340, 350 per kilometer, it will feel tough, but I can guarantee you come race day, that 4-minute per kilometer pace will feel an awful lot easier. Interval and speed work is so important for that top end speed and for those anaerobic and aerobic fitness gains. Do not neglect running at the top end speed. During speed workouts, you maximally activate your slow twitch fibers, which will increase your aerobic capacity. Aerobic capacity is the maximum amount of oxygen you can use at a given time during exercise. The greater the capacity, the more oxygen you can use and the easier exercise becomes. Because if you start doing these faster reps, you'll get so many benefits from aerobic capacity and maximizing your aerobic capacity. This is a crucial element of improving your 5k time. My third top tip is all about zone 2 running. Now zone 2 running is running at 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Now the easy mistake for so many runners, beginners and experienced runners, is trying to run too fast every time you run. Now zone 2 running is so important when we're trying to improve our 5k times. So how does it work? Well, roughly speaking, your zone 2 speed is a conversational pace. Now you can accurately measure this in a lab by using lactate testing or metabolic testing. But if you just want to know as a rough guide, I tend to go as a conversational pace. So a pace that you can hold whilst having a conversation. You want to be working hard, but you don't really want to be working too hard. It should be conversational. If you're working too easy, this is in the recovery mode and you aren't reaping the rewards of zone 2 training. Zone 2 training is essentially training your body to utilize oxygen more efficiently to produce energy. This sees an increase in capillarization and mitochondrial density. These changes will massively streamline the delivery of oxygen to your muscles, which will increase your overall endurance capacity, and you will see, I guarantee you this, you will see your 5k time drop. The fourth top tip I'm going to give you today is making sure you do strength training at least once a week, ideally twice. Strength is so important. Strength reduces the likelihood of getting an injury, but it also strengthens those muscles and the connecting tissues around those muscles. I do strength training at least once a week, and I'm trying to up it to 2 times a week at the moment. I actually find it really enjoyable, and following a plan helps that massively. I'll put a link in the video to a previous video that I've made specifically for runners and strength training. Strength training also helps you to run faster by improving your neuromuscular power and coordination. It improves running economy by encouraging coordination. So you're having to coordinate your muscles during strength training, and this is so beneficial to running. Another tip I'll give you on top of this is making sure that your strength and conditioning days aren't done on easy days or rest days. Your rest days are supposed to be for rest, and your easy days are supposed to be taken easy. I'd strongly encourage you to do your strength work on tough session days or long run days, or any day where you're working above that easy zone 2 rate. Do not neglect mobility. Mobility is so important as well with running. It improves your range of motion, it improves your flexibility, and it's a massive part of injury prevention. Now, the 5th top tip I'm going to give you is easily the most important top tip you will hear from any video, and you've probably heard it in a number of videos before. If you've just searched for 5K top tips, this will be the one that is the most important, and I guarantee you the most elite Olympians in the world do this on a regular basis. Now, this top tip is consistency. Now, I don't mean being consistent for a short period of time. I mean being consistent over a number of months, of years, and you will see results. If you're consistently hitting the right numbers, doing the 1%ers and doing the right kind of training, I guarantee you your 5K time will drop. Consistency is about compounding fitness. So it's about adding blocks of work on top of blocks of work and slowly progressing. It's not about being really consistent to achieve a small-term goal. It's about being consistent over a sustainable period of time to see slow but gradual improvements. So the main question is, how can you be consistent? Well, it's not always that simple, but you've got to make sure that you enjoy running, whether that be running through trails, whether it be road running, whether it be running with friends, whether it be running a lot of races. You need to find something that's enjoyable. Ultimately, if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to be motivated to train, and you're not going to be in a position where you can run faster. Being injury-free is also a massive part of being consistent, and you can become injury-free or become less resistant to injury by doing your mobility, doing your strength work, making sure you warm up correctly, making sure you hydrate and you refuel correctly, making sure your sleep is good. So there we go, guys. Those are my top 5 tips. I hope you enjoyed them. If you've got any more you want to add, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to reply to them. I hope you're enjoying your training at the moment. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Right on time for the parties and Barbies. Strolling with a chunk of green like a golf swing.